Hello guys, welcome back to my channel Ages Kingdom. In this class I am going to discuss about development. So growth and development from child health nursing we are discussing. So far I have discussed about growth, principles of growth and development, factors influencing growth and development, and what are the techniques or methods we are using for assessing the growth we have discussed, like anthropometric measurements. And in this class I am going to discuss about assessment of development. So what are the different types of developments are there and how to assess the developments, those topic we are going to discuss in this class. So normal development is a complex process and it has a multitude of facets, and however it is convenient to understand and assess the development under the following domains. So it includes different types of developments. Includes first to development is motor development. First development is motor development, means muscle power development. That motor development again divided into two types: gross motor development and fine motor development. Then so first development is motor development. Under motor development it is gross motor and fine motor. Second development is social development. Third one is language development. Then next one is sensory development. Then then moral development, psychological development. So there are different types of developments are there. So in this I am going to discuss motor development, social development, psychological development, language development, sensory development, then moral development, then intellectual development, then spiritual development. So many types of developments are there. So among that, first thing I am going to discuss about motor development. So development definition itself is a functional maturity. It is not a physical maturity. Functional maturity will takes place. So what kind of functional maturity takes place in the muscles, especially in children, we are going to discuss now. So when we speak about motor, when we use muscles of the central body part, that is called it as a gross motor development. When you use any muscles which are peripheral or ending parts of the body like hands and limbs, when you are using, that is called it as a fine motor development. So here when you speak about gross motor development progress in an orderly sequence to ultimate attainment of locomotion and more complex motor task. Thereafter, in an infant, it is assessed and observed as follows. You can see very clearly. It is very important question. That's we call it as a milestones of a first 1 year of life, or milestones of a infant. So it's very important thing. So gross motor meaning itself, I said, when you use the muscles of the central body part, that's called it as a gross motor. So when you see using a central muscle body part, what kind of muscular activity we can able to do. So at third month, neck holding. At third month, neck holding. At fifth month, rolls over, means turning from front to back. Then sixth month, sit with own support, and eighth month, sitting without support. Ninth month, standing holding on with support, and 12th month, creep well, crawling, we can say, stand without support. 15 months, walks alone and creeps upstairs, and 18 months, runs, and 2 years, walks up and down stairs, and third year, rides tricycle, and fourth year, hops on one feet and alternate feet going downstairs. So that is all about gross motor, means which we are using by central body part. So when it comes to the fine motor development, I said very clearly, it is the peripheral parts of that, hands, toes, or hands or fingers. So fine motor development upon neural tract maturation. So fine motor development promotes a adaptive activities with fine sensory motor adjustments, and includes eye coordination, hand eye coordination, hand to mouth coordination, hand skill as finger thumb opposition, grasping and dressing. So whatever things we are doing with using of hands, so those all activities we call them as fine motor development. We call them as a fine motor development. So these are the examples for fine motor development in a child. So at 4 months, reaching out for the object with both hands, reaching out to the means trying to hold the object with the both hands, whereas 6th month, reaching out for the object with one hand. So with one hand he can able to reach to the object. And 9 months, immature pincer grasp. And 12 months, pincer grasp mature. And 15 months, imitates scribbling and tower of two blocks. So he can able to use his fingers and construct a tower of two blocks. And in 18 months, scribbles tower of three blocks. And 2 years, tower of six blocks and vertical and circular stroke. And third year, tower of nine blocks, copy circle. And 4 years, copies cross, bridge and blocks also. By 5 years, copies triangle, gate with blocks. So that means he can able to rotate the hands and fingers in any direction, in any direction. So that is about fine motor development. So far I have discussed in this class only about types of development, and only motor development I have discussed. Under motor development there are two types are there: gross motor and fine motor. So this is the topic I am going to conclude. And if you really like my class, please do subscribe and share, and let somebody get benefited from my video.